Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Vimal Singh and today in this particular video we will talk about EDM, Exact Data Match Classifier. So first we will see what exactly it is and when to use this classifier. And then we will explore how we can configure it with Microsoft Purview. So let's get started. Okay, so to understand EDM, Exact Data Match, we must first recall the point which we call it SIT, like what exactly the sensitive information type, so you can better understand it. So just to remind you, although we have the video that you can explore in detail what exactly SIT is and how we can enable in Microsoft Purview, how we can use it. Just to recall that, let's understand this is sensitive information type or SIT, whatever you call, is basically a tool that used in Microsoft Purview to automatically detect your sensitive data like credit card numbers or personal ID in the file or emails. And that helps you to apply protection policy to prevent those data to get leaks. The traditional SITs use the patterns, or you can say the keyword, to recognize those data, or you can say find those data from your different locations. So in short, it has the information. On the basis of that, it detects from your files, emails, and something, and lets you know if it finds something matching those. Now, let's explore the limitation of this pattern-based, you can say, detection, because the traditional SITs are designed to work with a keyword or pattern. So the challenge with this pattern-based detection that it's too general. For example, if a document just has a 9-digit number, it might be flagged as a social security number, even if it is not. So this can lead to incorrect alerts and wasted a lot of time to investigate it, which is not correct. Now here EDM comes into the picture. So this EDM is a smarter way to detect sensitive data instead of just guessing based, or you can say pattern based. It basically checks whatever the data exactly match and what is in your organizations to secure it, like employee ID or the patient records. It's more accurate and secure. Now, how actually this EDM works? So you can start by preparing a CSV file with the sensitive value that your organization has, and then Microsoft hashes it, meaning the actual data is hidden, and then it gets stored, you can say, securely into the Microsoft location. You define a custom SIT based on this file, and then that SIT can now be used in, you can say, DLP or discovery or maybe the compliance alert, wherever you want to use it. EDM is going to be great because it keeps up the changes. If someone leaves the company or a new client joins, just update the list. Plus, it offers better accuracy and ensures privacy even from the Microsoft side. Now, let's say, take one example. Let's say your HR system has a list of employee ID, and if someone tried to mail a file containing one of those exact ID outside the company, so in that case, the EDM will detect it and can block the message, and will also notify you as an admin, or will completely encrypt the file depending what policy you have enabled or associated with it. So if you want to try this EDM, even you don't have an E5 license, you can try this using Microsoft 90 days Purview trial, and it is a great way to experiment with the real scenarios using simple data and see the result live in the portal. Now, when we should use the EDM, as we talked, you must have definitely got an idea what exactly and when we should use it. So this is going to be an ideal if you work with the structured information like customer database, healthcare records, or the student IDs. So basically any data where exact value matter and accuracy is critical, so we can think about EDM. So to summarize it, EDM will help the organization get smarter about protecting data. It's more accurate than pattern matching and works with used databases and ensures the compliance without overloading your IT or security teams. Okay, so I hope you got an idea what exactly EDM is and how it works, why we should use it. Now let's see how we can configure it. Okay, so we logged in at Microsoft Purview portal, and now first we need to check what actually our data is that we are going to upload to Microsoft and start matching or finding our data from the files and you can say other locations which we have on the cloud. So this is the table that you can see. We have this data and we want to detect if it finds anything exactly the way it is available at this place. For example, as you can see, we have ad libens, their SSN number is this, patient ID is this, medical condition is this, employer is this, address is this, and so on. We have other user. In real world, definitely you will have millions of record at this place. But right now we are just testing, and for that we have created such reference table that we are going to upload it. So let's go and see how we can create this exact data match. We'll come to this place. There we have classifiers. Inside the classifier, you will find this EDM classifier, which is exact data match classifier. Let's go to this place and create EDM classifier. Here, Microsoft gives you the complete document, not document, it's steps that what you need to go through to create this EDM classifier, and you have this complete step available at this place. You must go through it before clicking on create EDM classifier. Let's go there. Now give the name for that. Description, as description is mandatory field, so you must provide description for it. Next. Now here it is giving you two options. If you already have sample data and you want to upload it, you can do it directly from here, or you have other option, manually define your data structure. At this place, you will create your own you can say data structure within this console. We already have data which we checked it out at this place, so we will upload it. Let's go to that place. There is upload button. Now we are going to select this EDM sample data and open it. Now you can see at this place, whatever the data we uploaded, it has detected the column and the sample data for that. So name, all the names are there, SSN, patient ID, medical condition, employer, and address. Now, this is the important part. Here we need to select the primary element. So as you can see, once you upload it, there are multiple thing, or you can say the multiple column name got identified with the existing SIT, sensitive information type, and that we're getting at this place. To understand how it works, we have this here tips available and we can use that. So if I click here, it tells you the complete information at this place, how it is detecting what exactly full match is, what exactly partial match is, no match. As it sounds, from the existing SIT, if it matches completely, then it will show you full match. Otherwise, you will have some information got matched from the existing SIT, or none of the column or the information got matched with the existing SIT. Now, so it will give you the understanding from here. Now, if you can go and check, as you can see at this place, this particular column is falling under match validation, full match. And if I'll go and check, as you can see, all these names are being matched from which SIT. If you can see, the SIT name also would be there. Uh, all full names. This is the SIT which we have already. And as per this SIT, it got matched. Similarly, if you can see, we have addresses that also got matched, but it's a partial match. So if I'll go to this place, there you can see it is all physical address. It is one of the, you can say, sensitive information type is already available. And as per this, it got matched. I'll go with it because there is only one match, one data which is not matching. Otherwise, rest of the data is getting matched with this SIT. But you do have option where you can define the custom one as well. As you can see, we are getting edit option, so we can change it out. Let's go in this demonstration with social security number. Let's select that. Next. Now here it is asking you, we can configure the settings for the data in selected column. Like use the same setting for the all columns, or if you're not interested, you can change it by turning it off. The second, data, whatever is available in this place, it should be case sensitive. You can enable this checkbox or turn it off. and ignore delimiters or punctuations for data in all columns. So you can enable it. Now, here we are getting this configure detection rule for the primary element. Detection rule basically help you to determine the confidence level of the exact data match detected in the content. So let's edit it. We are, as you can see, we have high and medium level. Let's go there, and we are getting this option where we can go and change it. Here we can configure the supporting element, and this supporting element will help you to decide the confidence. So this supporting element need to be within close proximity of the primary element for a high, medium, or you can say the low confidence match. We can also add or remove supporting elements for each confidence level, depends on the requirement. As you can see here, under this high confidence, it says any two supporting element matches under this SSN, like patient ID or employer, maybe any of these two, if it matches, that will be high confidence. Or under the medium confidence, if you can say, hey, SSN plus any of this, any information matches. There is no two, only one. If the address and SSN got matched, they'll consider, okay, that's exact data. But here, address SSN plus address and at least one other information should get matched. So this way we can customize and define what would be the confidence of the data. We'll go with the default right now. Go to next and submit. Now this will submit your data. It's not uploaded completely, but it will submit and it will provide you the schema name. Let's copy this schema name, which will be required to upload your data and get indexed. To do that, we need to upload those data and let the Microsoft to index it for your use. And after that, it will start finding the sensitive information from the locations. So for that, first we need to create a group. So let's go to the Microsoft Admin Center. There we are into the teams and groups. And now we're creating one security group. Let's go there. Next, give the group name. Next, and create a group. Now, whoever you want to give the right, like someone who is responsible from your team to upload the data. So you can add the member within this group. Right now, in this scenario, we are going to use admin, those who will perform this. So I selected the admin who will be the member of this group now. Now, how we are going to upload this sensitive data into that, Microsoft has given you the complete description at this place and the well document that you can use to do that. In our scenario, we are going to download this agent, and with the help of this agent, we will upload the data. Now, let's select the location wherever we want to install it. Now, finish. Once it is done, we'll come to PowerShell, and there we are going to execute the upload. So we created this folder, everything is ready. Now we are at PowerShell, and there we are going to execute the commands. So here, the first command that we are going to run to authorize the EDM upload agent, and there you can see authorize. This is the command that we are going to execute. So technically, we must run the EDM upload agent from the folder where it's installed and indicate the full path of your data files. So as you can see right now, we are to that location and we are authorizing some. Now we are going to sign in our, you can say tenant, or you can say Microsoft 365 account to authorize it. So let's go there, next, and then we are going to provide the credentials. Now, as you can see, this command got successfully. Next, the other command that you can see, we are going to execute this upload.exe and we will provide the schema from there. I mean the data. So let's go there. Now the command completed successfully. Now the next, what we are going to do, we will validate our data file against the schema file to ensure that the tables in a suitable format or not. And this validation is completed. Now what we are going to do, we will hash and upload the sensitive data to this place. And once it is done, now we will upload and check the status. Upload is completed. Now we'll see the status that got uploaded successfully or not. So as you can see here, we are checking the status, get session, and as you can see, it is still in the process. Now, after a few minutes, if I'll try, and there you can see the status is completed. Now data is uploaded. If I'll go back, as you can see earlier, source file not uploaded yet was the status. Now what we are going to do after authorizing and uploading the data, let's refresh it. And there we go. Here it says index complete. It means now your data is uploaded and ready for use. Now how we can go and check? So under this sensitive info type, we are expecting the classifier or sensitive information type which we created here as EDM classifier would be there. So let's go there and search for it. There we can see patient records are there. And if you can see the type is what? Exact match. Now if we'll go inside it, there we are getting this option to do the test and make sure things are working as expected or not. So if I click on test, let's upload some file. There we have data subset and start testing it. Now as you can see, match result is there. Now let's finish it. And now we are going to label it. So automatically it will start protecting. So I'll go to the labels. We will create a label. We'll give the name, description and everything. Now next, and here, as we know, we already talked about all these options, what we have to do. So let's not waste the time. If you want to explore, if you're not familiar, we have already video created for this. Go and explore that videos. So from the same series you will have. Now, if you can see, there we got this choose protection setting for labeled item, encryption, marking, and protect Teams meeting and chats. Now there we can also enable this auto labeling for file and emails, and there we can put the condition which content contains, and there we are going to select the sensitive information type, and we have selected this newly EDM sensitive item records. Now I'll go to the next, and there we will specify the protection setting for the groups and sites, what would be privacy and external user access setting, and external sharing and conditional access setting as well. Now here we can also have the schematized data set. There we can also enable, not for this scenario. And let's create the label. Now once this label is created, we can publish that label. So either we can do it automatically or we can do it later. Right now in this scenario, we'll go with the automatic option right now. So automatically apply this label. And there, as you can see, we are using this sensitive info type, which is called patient records. Now create policy. So automatically, quickly it will create because we selected this automatic approach. Now, as you can see, this labeling, auto labeling policy is created. Now, after that, if I'll go to this place, there you can see your patient record auto labeling is running in a simulation mode. So if I'll go inside it, there we have, as you can see, the simulation status is going on. As we know, it takes 12 hours. And after that, you can examine everything. So let's test after 12 hours. Now it's done, so we can refresh this page, and there you can see we have item to review. Now if I'll go to this place, there we can find all your data which got find is listing at this place. So for example, there is one file coming from SharePoint where it has detected as per this sensitive information type which we created, which is EDM. Now if I'll click there we can see what it has detected. So exact data, whatever we specified, got matched at this place. And we can also explore their metadata from here. Once everything is running as expected, now what we can do, we can turn on the policy and it will be ready for your real locations. There we go, and confirm. Now this is completely published and ready for use. Okay, now you got an idea what exactly it is and how we can configure it. So you have now understanding what exactly EDM is and how we can use in our environment. So thank you so much for watching and see you in next video.